'Twas the night before Christmas, and not a creature did stir, except for Dave in the DMAC Customs garage with his DeWalt whirly-whir, for the Mustang II A-arms needed a clean before any paint could be seen. Knowing that this job would be way easier with a blaster of sand, Dave doesn't have one of those available on hand. He does have a mate down in Upper Hutt who could blast that rust today. But Dave is in Tauranga and Upper Hutt is frickin' 320 miles away. So with the blasting of sand out of the question, that is why he needs to get the DeWalt whirly-whir into the session. So with lots of determination and grit, Dave sets the whirly-whir DeWalt on the mode of full tit. And as the dust begins to fly into the rust, we say goodbye. On the project known as Area 51, just a little more progress is made. He's gonna paint in black, and that shit won't fade. But before the black can hit the mix, those A-arms need just a little duplicolor rust fix, followed by the etch that is black from the manky old spray gun that hangs on the rack. And finally, after all of that, will be the shiny black from the rattle can. Can of fun. Can't think of a word that would rhyme to fit in there, but anyway, get out.
Hey guys, welcome back to DMAC Customs on YouTube. Dave here, as you've seen by the little intro thingamy-bob on the night before Christmas thing. Working on the A-arms for the old Mustang II front end, just giving them a bit of a clean up, spritz up and rust fix. Go away, flying critter thing. It was a big fly. And what do you call it? Lost my train of thought. Duplicolor, rust fix, that stuff there. And not sponsored in any way, by the way. And some etch primer, and then hopefully get some rattle can black on there. So let's get at it.
Just a boy, Christmas brought so much joy. Couldn't wait for the presents and laughter. I couldn't sleep late at night, looking for Santa with lights. Those
Well guys,
memories I still
these sort of rusting the old A-arms for the Mustang 2 front end on the Area 51 project. Now I've already sort of jumped ahead and got them all wire wheeled on the whirly wheel. That is done. It was nowhere near as much of a punishing job as doing the chassis, but far out. It's the night before Christmas, and it's hot. This is New Zealand. For our Christmas is summer, so it's hot and humid and sweating like a mofo. Hence the rehydrate. So that's where we're at. Okay, so why I wheeled all of these, as I just said, I was going to use these broken belts off the old like power file thing, but that would have been more labour intensive than absolutely necessary. And I was going to remove the ball joints and all the bushes to do all of this, but I can't figure out how to get them out easy and painlessly, so I'm going to mask off the rubber and I'll mask off the ball joints before I do any rust converting and painting and stuff like that. So let's get at the masking of said ball joints and stuff. Also, don't forget, if you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Hit the button, it's not hard to do. If you want notifications, hit the little bell thing, you know how it works hopefully, and get notifications when new videos get uploaded onto the YouTube from DMAC Customs Grubby Dave. And yeah, just hit the button, it's not hard. Thanks, cheers, Merry Christmas. I'm hoping this masking tape will stick to the old rubber on the ball joint, on the bushes. So far so good. I'm just going to tip that over, just like that. You could probably just paint over these, but I think it'd just be neater to do it clean. I've already been in and got in there with the old brake lean and cleaned out all these ball joints and stuff, just to get any grit and stuff that's been sitting in them and whatnot over the years that this front end's been sitting around doing nothing. Need some more bigger tape. We've got this like fancy yellow tape that I imported from England. It's true, I actually imported this tape from England. I was buying some lettering brushes and I thought, oh, they got some tape. I thought it was a different type of tape, but it's still got to be usable for what I would use it for lettering and stuff. If I was going to tape some lettering, I'd use this type of tape. Tricky part is I want to paint this knuckle, but the old that might be alright. Might get a little bit of paint on around the edge there, but for the most part it'll be fine. It'll do what it'll do. And yeah, so carry on masking these up and meet you back here in a minute, be like that. Okay, so we're all masked up and almost ready to go. I'm gonna, is that gonna be enough? I'm gonna hang them all up out in the spray booth. That should be good. And so I can get some rust converter stuff on there. Not that they're very rusty now. I probably could go straight to just black etch, but I wouldn't mind, you know, just give them a little spritz with that stuff, the old Duplicolor rust fix. That's the stuff. Blanking out for a minute there. I wasn't having a stroke or anything, I was just thinking. That's kind of my thinking face is my stroke face. But my lucky last, go through there. Right, go and hang these up. Be back in a minute.
of who I am, but right in front of me was the answer. 'Cause on Christmas I feel joy, and I turn back to a boy. The answer is to stay young forever. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song, this is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song.
Hey guys, so got those in that wattle, not wattle, duplicate rust fix, so they've just got to let those go off a bit, and then I'll squirt some black etch on those. Alright, gotta get some of this and switch that on. One of these, one of these, one of these, Okay, so each primer's on. Strangely enough, it's just started raining, so it's just made it even more humid. But it's in the evening now. Got some of this Motor Tech, not sponsored in any way. Spraying enamel, quick drying, low toxicity. That's about all I know about it, because that's all I've read, and it's gloss black. So this is what I'm going to use on these control arms, A-arms and stuff, because easy to touch up, easy to repair. If I have to do any modifications for our low volume cert, I can just take them off and give them a quick paint once I've done whatever they want me to do. Same with the chassis. That's why I'm doing that in rattle can black. It's going to seal it up, protect it to some degree depending on how good this stuff is, and yeah, that'll do it. I'm just waiting for paint to dry, and then I'll get into that. Well, whirly whirled, etched, primed, rust converted, etch primed, then rattle canned black. I think they'll be alright, hopefully it all dries up all good, and yeah, we'll just leave them be for now. It stopped raining, it started raining before, and that spray booth leaks a little bit sometimes when it rains heavy, but hopefully not tonight because it stopped. It didn't rain that heavy, it just rained for a little bit. So we'll let those dry off. But that's pretty much it for this little video, little shorty, just to make some progress on the Area 51 project. Any progress is progress. Sometimes it feels like I'm going backwards when I'm working on this thing. I make mistakes, I screw things up and over again, and it's punishingly painful, but I get there in the end mostly, which is, in my opinion, a step forward. So I've made some progress on even that shit fight welding, all that stuff up there. I mean, it's not too bad, you know. I don't know if you can see that in this light, but it's not those really cool things that I see on the interweb of really experienced, really good welders. It's mine, and it will serve its purpose and hopefully be alright. Yeah. So, but yeah, it gets there in the end. It means I'm moving forward on this project. Even when I balls things up and go back a few steps, I get there and I just keep pushing forward until I have done it. And so that's progress. And I learned stuff usually, sometimes not. Sometimes I just fluke it. But anyway, that's it for this little video on the Christmas A-arms night before Christmas thing, the night before Christmas on the DMAC Customs on the YouTube. Dave here, signing out. Peace.